Welcome back to our English mystery series from Australia. So far, we have followed the story of the mushroom woman. In episode 1, we learned words like suspect and intention. In episode 2, we studied guilt, deadly, investigate, and intentional. In episode 3, we saw what happened when Erin was arrested and charged. Today, in episode 4, we continue. The police had their evidence. Now it was time for the trial. A trial is when the case go to court. Judges, lawyers, and a jury look at the facts and decide what is true. We'll tell this part of the story and then learn another 5 useful words: trial, jury, verdict, lawyer, and motive. After Erin's arrest, the case moved to court. The trial began in Melbourne at the Supreme Court of Victoria. The trial lasted for 11 weeks. Every day, the jury, 12 people from the community, sat in the courtroom and listened carefully. They listened to the lawyers. Erin's lawyers said she never wanted to hurt anyone. They said the deaths were a terrible accident. However, the prosecutors, the other lawyers, said Erin had lied to the police. They said she gave false statements about the mushrooms and about a food machine that she threw away. The jury, the 12 people, also heard from witnesses, police officers, doctors, family, experts, and friends. After the trial, the jury had to decide what was the truth. Was Erin guilty? What was her motive? Did she have a reason to kill? The jury thought and discussed for 1 week. Finally, they gave their verdict. The verdict was clear. Erin was guilty of murder. So this was a trial. A trial is when a case goes to court and the judge and the jury, 12 people from the community, listen to the evidence. From the story, we learn that the trial lasted 11 weeks. Try saying this. The trial was long. The trial lasted 11 weeks. Jury, we said that already. It's a group of people from the general community who listen to a trial and then they decide with the help of the judge whether the person is guilty or not guilty. From the story, the jury listened carefully for 11 weeks. Then the jury decided she was guilty. The jury listened for 11 weeks and finally they decided she was guilty. Verdict. So the jury gave a verdict. A verdict is the final decision of the jury. So finally, the jury gave their verdict, and the verdict was guilty. The next word is lawyer. That's a profession. That's the person who works in the court to argue a case. You have lawyers for Erin and lawyers against Erin. So from the story, the lawyers argued about what happened. Her lawyer helped her in court. So he is a lawyer, she is a lawyer. My lawyer will speak for me. Erin's lawyer spoke for her. Motive. Motive is the reason. why someone does something, especially in a crime. Was there a motive why Erin did what she did? What was her motive? What was Erin's motive? The police are looking for a motive. The police are looking for a reason why Erin did what she did to kill the people with the mushroom. Try saying this. The motive was money. We don't know her motive in this story, but there are other motives. She stole the money. Her motive was to pay for her school fees. The police don't know the motive. They are still investigating. Let's say them again. Trial, jury, verdict, lawyer, and motive. Today in the grammar feature, we'll look at reported speech. In a trial, we often hear what people said before. This is called reported speech. For example, Erin said she never wanted to hurt anyone. The police said she lied about the mushrooms. Notice, we don't use the exact words, we report them. For example, you can say, my brother said he was very tired yesterday. So you're reporting what your brother said. The teacher said that the students need to do their homework. So what did the teacher say? The teacher said that the students must do their homework. So that's reporting what the teacher said. This is very common and it's used in news. You use it every day. My mother said that I should go home at 11 o'clock. So your mother said you reported that to your friend. My father said this, and this. My father said that we should be careful when we drive at night. Now, before we go, let's check your understanding of the story. Speak first and then repeat the answer. Where did the trial happen? Where? Where did the trial happen? It happened in Melbourne at the Supreme Court of Victoria. How long did the trial last? It lasted a very long time. It lasted 11 weeks. Who gave the final verdict? Who made the final decision? The jury. The jury, which were the 12 people from the community, gave the final verdict. What does a lawyer do? So a lawyer argues a case in court. What is the motive? What was Erin's motive? Well, the story doesn't tell us exactly what her motive was. What is a motive? A motive is a reason for the crime. So let's say one full sentence together. The jury gave their verdict after a long trial. So the jury gave their verdict after a long trial. Great work! Today in episode 4, you learned 5 more new words. Trial, jury, verdict, lawyer, and motive. You practice using reported speech. In episode 3, we practice the passive speech. Go back and revise that. This story is real and it helps us to practice real English. We continue in episode 5 with the sentencing, with impact statements from families, the punishment from the judge, and what happens next. Click like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments which word was most interesting today. See you in episode 5.